Eric was at a stupid party that didn't even want he didn't even want to go to. He only agreed to because his friend Tom wanted to go because of a cute girl. Eric told Tom that he wanted to leave, but Tom said, "No way, we are staying here. If you leave, I won't speak to you again." Eric got annoyed and stormed out of the stupid party. Then he decided to walk around the field so he could calm down. As he walked around the peaceful field, he saw a cave and wanted to explore it. So he went inside the cave, the dark cave, but then Eric was immediately chased by a blonde-haired dog bear. He quickly ran while the dog-like creature barked and chased him. But wait, Eric had a great idea. So he put a jumper, some sweatpants and plimsolls on the dog bear so he wouldn't be scared of it. But then, the dog-like creature said, "Whoa, I feel comfortable. And I feel something on my paws." Then Eric said, "You can talk, but why are you chasing me?" The blonde-haired dog bear said, "Because I thought you were trying to hunt me." The dog bear said, "Why did you put these comfortable clothes on me?" "So I wouldn't be scared of you," said Eric. They started to chat while they walked around the open field. But someone saw them and said, "Is that a giant dog in a Christmas jumper?" Then lots of other people stormed to look at them before everyone went totally crazy. Eric hopped onto the blonde dog bear's back and they both ran away. Suddenly the dog bear said, "I like these things on my paws because I don't get pebbles in my toes." The dog bear jumped up and he said, "Hey, look, a tree house." As he wagged his tail and asked if they could stay the night. Eric said, okay." Then they climbed up the treehouse and stormed in the treehouse. But there was nobody inside, only a mattress. Then Eric and the dog bear lay on it. And the dog bear said, "I'm getting used to wearing these things on my paws." And they both went to sleep. Eric wakes up after having a nightmare about being Eric wakes up after having a nightmare about being slapped with a fish. Kind of random. Eric gets dressed and puts the plimsolls back on the blonde-haired dog bear. The dog bear wakes up and brushes his fur. The dog bear wakes up, brushes his fur, ties his shoes, and goes outside. But suddenly, as Eric gets out of the tree house, they see a scary, long, thin, claw-handed monster. Eric and the dog bear are terrified, so Eric grabs a stone hammer and hits the huge, long, narrow beast until it breaks and falls on Eric. But the dog bear helps Eric and says, What was that? Eric didn't know what it was, but petrol was leaking out of the monster. Eric looked at what was leaking out of the monster and said, "Is that car oil?" Oh gosh. Then the dog bear said, Why did you put these things on my paws? Then Eric said, They're called plimsolls, and I put them on you, and I put them on your paws so they won't hurt. Well, I'm getting used to them, said the dog bear. But suddenly they heard another monster. So the dog bear picked Eric up and they ran while his tail wagged and his paws were protected by the plimsolls. Then the dog bear stopped and gently put Eric down. Then Eric saw a camping shop, so he bought a tent and some blankets so they could set up. So they set up the tent. And got in the tent. Then the dog bear took his plimsolls off and went to sleep. So Eric decided to keep watch and saw something, and watch in case he saw something creepy. Kind of cliffhanger now. But in the night, Eric saw a horrible, disturbing snake monster. Eric was freaked out. Eric was so freaked out he went in the tent and hid under the covers. The next day, the blonde-haired dog bear got up and played outside. It felt gritty underfoot, so the dog bear put his plimsolls back on. Then Eric woke up and said, I thought I saw a snake monster last night. Then the dog bear came in the tent and said, "I'm having some fun outside. Care to join me?" Then Eric said, "Yes." So they packed the tent away and played fetch and climbed up some trees. The dog bear and Eric. Then the dog bear hugged. The dog bear hugged. Then Eric told the dog bear about what he saw last night. The dog bear said, "Don't worry, I'm sure it won't come back. Maybe you could stroke me to take your mind off it." But later in the afternoon, the long scary monster came as the dog bear was comforting and licking Eric. The monster attacked them, so the dog bear bought a motorbike at the shop and they both got on it and sped away. They rode on the motorbike until the monster was out of sight. Then Eric said, "I need to go home now." "Okay, but I'll miss you," said the dog bear. So they said goodbye, and Eric went back to his house. Then the dog bear woofed and barked and sped off on his motorbike. So Eric got home safe and went to bed. And his room was a mess. The end.